Alright, so on the way to the gym for push day. Got all my meals in, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, really, simply to say, checked all the boxes, so I'm ready to go. Getting out 5 minutes earlier than yesterday, so still a tad bit later than I'd like to, about 25 minutes later than I'd like to, but it's alright. But I was actually multitasking, but working on a couple things. One, putting yesterday's video together, so that, waiting for the editing software to finish uploading the full thing. So now all that's left is to upload that to YouTube. Still have to clip the frames off of yesterday's pose down, but actually 2 days, the pull days pose down as well. So I need to do that for yesterday's and the pull days pose down. And we're walking on the wrong side of the road. That's great. And then the other thing I was working on was reviewing my peak week plan, because I still have it, but I have a layout, I had a layout for my 9-week prep from when I started it, and it was from 9 weeks all the way to peak week. But what I decided to do was rather trying to put all the peak week stuff, and because there's a decent amount of it, into that same document for the 9-week prep plan. I made an own separate document for peak week on its own, and then I made another own separate document for show day. So yeah, gosh, that's bright. So I was reviewing the peak week thing and the peak week document and the show day document, making sure I liked everything that was there and I didn't have any sort of problems with that, anything. And then I was also working on post show and show day, or well, I guess day after shows, better way to word that, but also post show, of like what to eat and whatnot. So I was working on making that, but also reviewing other stuff, making sure everything was good. I didn't see or find any issues with it. Pardon me. than that, I mean, all that's left to do is really just finish up with the post show day and post day of show day, I don't know. Just to finish up with day after the show. And the day after the show kind of meal plan thing. I mean, it's not really a meal plan, it's just me writing down stuff. So that way I don't know, eat the entire refrigerator. But I'm also traveling the next day, so it's another reason I'm kind of making this, because otherwise I wouldn't really care. But yeah, oh, now you want to get in this lane. Okay, bud, that's great. Please be patient, student driver. Yeah, we can tell, bud. Your disabled veteran sticker on the back, that definitely makes you a student driver. Oh, never mind, it is a kid. Say disabled veteran sticker and plate. Anyway. You are brain dead. What are you doing, dude? Holy shit. Stereotypes are strong with this one. Anyway. Everyday stupidity from people is gonna be the death of me, I swear. Anyway, let's lower the cortisol so I don't have a weight spike. Anyway, yeah. As far as push day goes, it's gonna be the same old stuff. Gonna remember to make sure I do incline dumbbell flies. And yeah. So not really much else to say. Got my cardio in earlier, so that's good. It's interesting because it's not really until these last, few weeks that you actually realize how important the cardio is, as far as, at least under the specific aspect of keeping your weight in check. Because there was like a week or two ago where I was not on top of my cardio, and I probably mentioned it in the video, maybe, I don't remember, but I wasn't on top of my cardio, meaning I wasn't doing it, and my weight went back up, and I was like, huh, interesting. So I don't know, I've never, then again, I mean, I've never prepped before, so it's like I've never been in a position where it's like I've actually, had to cut down, because I've always just been I've always just been in that, I've always been kind of, I've always been lean. I've always been of low weight. I want to say underweight because I don't think that's true. I don't know. I mean, right now I'd probably be considered underweight. Thank you for using your turn signal at the last freaking second. That's absolutely great. I don't think I mean, as of right now, maybe, but when I'm like my normal self, whatever weight that ends up being, why are we going 5 miles under the speed limit? I'd like to know that. I'm gonna explode, dude. Why are we stopping? Why are we braking at a green light? Makes no sense. Oh, now you're gonna go faster? Good job, Brad. Bud. I combined bro and bud. That was interesting. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I just started yapping at that point, so I'll see you in there for the first set. I almost said of pec deck, for the first set of incline dumbbell. All right. Almost said chest day complete. Wow, that's a throwback. Push day complete. Yeah. Overall, great lift. Everything felt great. So yeah, no complaints. Good pump in my opinion. So yeah. Other than that, I mean, I'll see you in the car. So yeah, just trying to get packed up here, but I'll see you back in the car. All right. So overall, great lift. Oh shit, my bad. Dude, it has one tail light out. That's not good. Alright, so overall great, great lift. Everything felt great. Everything felt good. So let's go ahead and get right into what I was gonna talk about yesterday, but ended up not. The cost of becoming who you want to be. So, to shorten that simply, sacrifice. Also, I forgot to, side note, but I forgot to switch the switch it from this one like video mode that I use. Oh fuck. My tricep almost cramped. I forgot to switch it from this one video mode I use for the pose down to back to its normal setting that I use for just the normal workout. So that if it's kind of darker, that's why. Because I turned down the exposure just a tad bit, so that way brings more stuff out, or when I'm posing, it brings more stuff out. But anyway, so the cost of becoming who you want to be. This one This is an interesting one. Topic, I mean. So, the cost is really all that means is, you know, you can replace that with the word sacrifice. The sacrifice or sacrifices of becoming who you want to be. Sometimes that can mean that can mean a lot of things. Whether that's the cost of sometimes it's sacrificing things that you don't want to sacrifice, and sometimes it's sacrificing and cutting out things that you need to give up. In the case of that, example is, you know, addiction to stuff, whether that's, well, drugs, alcohol, porn, oh shit. Damn. Oh shit. Oh, it was an accident. Okay, there were 3 cops lined up on this one car. I was like, what did you do? But further up there was another vehicle, so I was like, oh, okay, it's an accident. It's not just a stop. But anyway, let's try funny. And then in the case of sacrificing things that you might not want to, example of that, I mean, really, the only thing I can think of right away is relationships, or friends. It's a type of relationship. It's not a romantic one, but sometimes other things might just get sacrificed, like might lose a business, you might lose a job, already kind of said this, but you might lose a relationship, you know, break up. And sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, when you lose those things, maybe not at the end of the day, but maybe at the end of the month, maybe at the end of the year, it eventually works out for you in some way. It eventually benefits you in some way. And then you realize why whatever went needed to go. Now, I would say addictions always need to go. Now, it's like, when I say that, I'm obviously referring to the negative addictions. I'm not referring to being like addicted to the gym. That's obviously a good thing. So, you know, to put that in context there. But yeah, any sort of negative, bad addictions, drugs, alcohol, porn, nothing else is really coming to mind. Those need to go, because all of those will become the reason you don't be, the reason, all of those will keep you from becoming the person that you want to be. Another thing that you need to sacrifice is laziness, because, and this kind of coincides with laziness, but also procrastination. And I mean, me personally, I have a hard time with that. Me personally, I have a hard time with that, because there are some things where it's like, I'll just do it tomorrow. Doesn't happen. Like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. Doesn't happen. Next thing you know, a month goes by. So, that's something I'm personally working on. Sometimes you end up breaking up with your girlfriend or boyfriend. I mean, depends on if you're a woman or a dude. Anyway. It will eventually benefit you in the long run. You just might not be able to see it now. What the fuck is that? Dude, what is that a raccoon or a cat? It's a cat. Oh shit, my camera's about to die. If you truly want to become who, the idea of the best version of you is, then you have to realize that you have to figure out the things that are holding you back if you haven't already. And then once you have, no matter how hard it is, you need to let them go. Let them go or cut them off. Because otherwise, those things that are holding you back, no matter how much you tell yourself that they're not holding you back, they're going to hold you back. And they're going to keep holding you back. And then in a year, and then in a month or a year goes by, and you're still wondering why you're not, where you want to be. Now, obviously, if it's a long-term goal, like becoming Mr. Olympia, that's not going to happen in a year. But, I mean, let's say you hold on to something for many years, and over those many years, you're still wondering why you didn't become the, that best version of yourself, or, maybe you didn't make that amount of money, or, you didn't start that business, you didn't get that job, different things, you didn't reach that goal, whatever it is. And, you're sitting there and you're wondering to yourself why. And it's like, I mean, if you don't realize it, then that's an issue of just plain ignorance. But if you do realize it, and by it, I mean the thing or things that were holding you back that you didn't give up, then that's when you have to deal with the pain of regret for, I mean, it depends on how long you hold on to those things, but either until you change or the rest of your life. So, basically, to pull everything together and sum it up, no matter how heavy the sacrifice or sacrifices that you have to make, or that you believe that you have to make in order to achieve the goal or goals, or in order to become or be on the pathway to becoming the best version of yourself, no matter how much it's going to suck, what you have to remember at the end of the day is that if you don't give that up, then you're not going to become who you want to be, and that's going to be on you for the rest of your life. Because you didn't want to give whatever that was up, and then you're sitting, or you're laying awake at night in your bed staring at the ceiling wondering why you didn't become who you want to be. And it's because you didn't want to give up, you didn't want to sacrifice whatever that was, whether that was an addiction or a relationship or whatever else, or like a bad habit, procrastination for instance, or being lazy, because that would be 4. And you keep you just keep telling yourself that you might think about it, you're like, no, that's not holding me back, and then however long passes, and then you're still sitting there wondering yourself why, and then you realize how ignorant you've been for so long. And if you stay ignorant until your deathbed, then that's when you basically die with regret in your mind and your heart of why you didn't achieve what you wanted to. So, all that to say, if you want to truly become who you believe you were meant to be, or you want to achieve that goal or those goals or whatever, if you want to achieve something, it's going to take sacrifice,